If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA videos. I make NFL videos. Been a successful DFS player for years now. I make posts on this subreddit called DFS Sports, with one S though, so it's DF Sports. It's kind of weird, but two S's would kind of look a little bit weirder. But yeah, I make posts on this subreddit. I post updates with all the news out. People talk strategy here. I answer all of your questions. If you have questions on players, pivots, like a 2v2 swap, stuff like that, you can always ask me. I'll always answer your questions. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on Twitter at ToryLangley1992. So I had a really good day today. I won my buy-in back in NBA, but absolutely crushed the NFL Showdown. As you guys know, I am a cash donkey. I play cash games. So I suffer from a condition called chalkitis. Peter, shout out to you. So yeah, man, really good day overall. I think up like a couple hundred on the day. This is my cash lineup for NFL. Christian McCaffrey, Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, Kenneth Walker, Jason Myers, Ray McLeod. Really good day overall. I'm happy with it, but I'm extremely tilted from NBA. I'll show you guys in a second what exactly happened. But probably not going to tilt in this video. I am just in shock from what happened in that late game. But really good day overall. Definitely happy with it. Could have been a much, much better day. So this is just absolutely brutal. This had to have been one of the worst losses I've ever had in my life. Just absolutely brutal here. So where do we start? I think we have to start with Bucktooth Billy. Mr. Bucktooth Billy. You know what happens? He gets into the game, instantly picks up I think he plays his first ship, picks up one foul. Immediately comes in, picks up like two more and gets instantly pulled. Sits until the half. Comes back in, picks up another, done. Only plays 22 minutes. I mean, even without foul trouble, this guy just should be fired. Absolutely ashamed with his performance tonight. I'll give him a break because he is just coming back from injury, but he should be ashamed with that performance tonight. But the core that I had for today was Chris Middleton, Jimmy Butler, who absolutely broke the slate, Bismack Biyombo, and Moses Brown, absolute smash. So, yeah, man, just I'll show you the run out. So Bismack Biyombo only plays what? How many minutes did he finish with? It's like 13 minutes because he picks up 5 fouls in like 10 minutes. Yeah, plays 18 minutes. He was on pace to absolutely break the slate. Just random massive foul trouble to bail out the faders. If you play Jock Landale, you run extremely, extremely pure. Show me how to run good, please. And I told everyone I liked Biyombo, I liked Landale, but once Moses Brown started, I said Moses Brown was my priority. Unfortunately, Moses Brown did not play in the second half. He had one short stint in the second half. I don't understand it. And then Terrence Mann doesn't even get blowout run, gets pulled in the fourth. John Wall doesn't play the second half. Like, what are you doing, Ty Lue? It was a 15-point game going into the fourth quarter. And then you had, who else did I have? And then Walt just doesn't, like, it's a 15-point game, man. A 15-point game, and they're not bringing back their starters in. So I only win my buy-in back. This should have been an absolutely massive night if John Wall, Biyombo stays out of foul trouble, Mann stays in, and Moses Brown stays in. I should have binked. Even with Middleton, I should have had like a 4x night. So just extremely, extremely unfortunate. But happy with the day overall. I'm still in pain though, but definitely happy to have a pretty profitable day. But let's go over the slate. This slate looks really, really good. I'm definitely excited for it. Really good slate, in my opinion. So Good matchup here for Atlanta. Charlotte is 14th in pace. I don't need to delete that. 25th in defensive rating. So Murray. Murray, Capella, Collins all going to be out. I think Trae Young definitely stands out as one of the best sped ups on the slate. I think he's just purely way too cheap here. Double machine, phenomenal matchup. Going to play close to 40 minutes, assuming this game stays close. I don't see what's not to like about Trae Young here. I think Bog, even at this price tag, is still a good play. If nobody's going to be on Bog, plus the matchup, I still think he's a pretty good play, even at $6,000. We saw last year in these exact same scenarios, he was about $7,000. So I still think Bog is definitely still a solid play, even at $6,000. That'll be an ownership thing for me. If he's going to pick up ownership, I want nothing to do with it. But if he'll be low owned, I will be pretty much all over that. DeAndre Hunter at 5.1K got his limit minute slash, so played 38 minutes last game. We didn't get news that was going to happen, so pretty unfortunately, if we got that news, he would have been in my lineup. But yeah, man, if we're going to get similar minutes from DeAndre Hunter at 5.1K, I think he's definitely a solid value. Now, the only thing you're risking here by loading up on these plays is you're going to give up a lot of opportunity cost on some late news and potentially much better plays. So keep that in mind when I'm going over this video. I think they are solid plays, but I wouldn't load up on this game because I think there is definitely potentially a lot better value to come. Griffin, no thank you. And then with Capella out, Okongwu is one of the best plays on the slate. Going to start, going to play big minutes, probably close to 30 minutes. Good point per minute guy. The only way he fails tomorrow is foul trouble or a blow up. It's a phenomenal matchup. He's going to be 100% owned for good reason. He looks absolutely phenomenal. And then these secondary options, I don't think we need to go there. I think it's probably not a good idea. I think there definitely will be much better value opening up. So let's go over Atlanta now, or Charlotte now. Atlanta is 17th in defensive rating, 7th in pace. So let's do it. So LaMelo Ball is back, and he played 34 minutes. This game did go into overtime, and he did not play in overtime. So that's pretty good to see here. So if we're going to get mid-30s minutes from an 8K LaMelo Ball in a solid pace-up spot, he is just too cheap. So really like LaMelo tomorrow, assuming they don't troll us with the minutes there. Outside of him, I can't get to anyone else, but like LaMelo a lot. I just hope they don't troll. Sacramento at Pistons, really good matchup here for Sacramento. Detroit's 16th in pace and 29th in defensive rating. So, I mean, I think Sabonis is fine as a contrarian spin up. I think the spin up that I like the most here is De'Aaron Fox, who played 40 minutes last game. I believe that game did not go into overtime. So 41 minutes in regulation from an 8.1K De'Aaron Fox when he was almost up to 10K, and he was a good play then. He's too cheap once again in a favorable matchup. I think Fox looks pretty good tomorrow. If Herter's in, I'll probably stay away from everyone else, but if Herter is out, then you're going to get Malik Monk playing big minutes off the bench. He would look good at 5.3K. You're going to get Terrence Davis most likely starting. He would be a good value play at 3.9K. Don't know why his price didn't go up. So a lot to like there with Sacramento. Let's go over to Detroit. So a lot to like with, not a lot, but there is some value plays that I do like. Sacramento 18th in pace, 6th in defensive rating. You're going to have to make some tough calls tomorrow with this value. So, yeah, not much on Detroit. If you want to take a shot on like a 5.1K Jaden Ivey, I honestly wouldn't hate you for it. He can still pay off this price tag, only playing 30 minutes. So I am intrigued by Ivey for GPPs. Bojan, their oldest player, has been playing the most minutes. I don't understand it. He's been phenomenal, though. If you want to go there, be my guest. But the real standout here, it's not Sadiq Bey. I just want to see how much he played last game, is Jalen Duren, who surprisingly played 36 minutes last game. I don't know if that was because other people got into foul trouble or not. I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was. So they're finally letting their young center and Jalen Duren go. So Yeah, man, phenomenal rebounder. It's a fine spot against Sacramento. It's a pace-up spot. If we get 36 minutes from Jalen Duren at 4.4K, I absolutely love him. But just be careful. Detroit has shown to go troll with the rotation, so just be aware of that. Orlando at Boston. Boston, 18th in pace, 8th in defensive rating. So, not much on Orlando. I think Orlando is pretty much a cross-off for me outside of Markel Fultz. I play him here. Or no, I play him here. I think he gets injured. Play him here. Massive foul trouble. Floor game. I finally fade 50 bomb. Woohoo! But not the best matchup. But if he's going to be low once again, I think you can definitely take a shot on him. He's such a good point per minute guy that if he's going to play over 30 minutes, he's just too cheap. I don't Matchup definitely isn't the best, but he's always going to be in play at this price tag just because he's such a good point per minute producer that he's probably going to pay off that price tag. So I do like Markel Fultz even in a tough matchup in GPPs. Kind of hard for me to get to anyone else. Like Paulo's definitely priced about right. Franz priced about right. Mo, good point per minute guy, but Robert Williams is going to be back, so hard to go there. Really tough spot. Bol minutes all over the place. Does have a ceiling, just a GPP play. Cole Anthony probably plays low to mid 20s minutes. This guy has caused me incredible amounts of pain in the past, so I will not be doing it. Boston at Orlando. Orlando's 27th in defensive rating. 25th in pace. Let's get it. So Robert Williams, I do believe, is expected to be back. 4.5K. You would imagine he would be limited, so it'd be hard to go there. Al Horford with Robert Williams back. No thank you. Tatum, Brown, just contrarian plays for me on this slate. I think there are better spend ups personally. Marcus Smart at 6K, just fine. High floor, ceiling is there, but not a standout play for me. I'm fine if you land on him as a last man in, though. Blake Griffin out to play with Rob back, so really pretty much nothing there for Boston. Tough matchup here for the Pacers. Cavaliers are last in pace, first in defensive rating, so this is not a spot we want to be targeting. So nothing here, guys. I think this is just a complete cross-off for me in a tough matchup. If I was playing 150 max, maybe I'd have some darts on like Howley, Turner, maybe some Mathurin, but maybe some Jalen Smith, but minutes have been down of late. So there just really isn't anything here for me, guys. I think that's pretty easy to talk about. So Cavaliers get a nut spot here against the Pacers, 20th in defensive rating, 4th in pace. This is a spot where we want to definitely target. I don't think this team's going to get a lot of ownership tomorrow, and I think that could be a mistake. I think Donovan Mitchell at 8.6K is definitely intriguing, playing huge minutes. Pace up spot for them, so I think Mitchell is definitely a solid play. Mobley, Allen are both fine. I do prefer Allen to Mobley. Darius Garland, if you want to take the discount on him over Mitchell, I don't hate you for it, but I definitely do prefer Mitchell. Going to anyone else, I mean, Kevin Love is so cheap, but the minutes are all over the place. At this price tag, this guy can play like 15 minutes and absolutely blow this top price tag out of the water. We've seen him do it. Look, 29 minutes, no, I'll find a better example. 23 minutes, 50 fantasy points. 22 minutes, 44 fantasy points. 23 minutes, 42 fantasy points. So I do have some interest in Kevin Love at 3.6K. I think he's a good tournament dart tomorrow that I don't think people are going to be on. So just thought I would mention him at that price tag. Brooklyn at Toronto. Tough spot here for Brooklyn. 23rd in pace Toronto is. 11th in defensive rating. So not much here for me either in a tough matchup. OG's probably going to... OG's out. Not much here for me. KD at this price tag in a tough spot against Toronto. I think it's just a GPP play. I think getting to Jokic for a little bit more is a much better play. Kyrie Irving, I do prefer to KD. Has gone for 46, 52, 60, 43 in 4 of the last 5 games. I think he's fine tournament play. I don't think he's an optimal play, but still does have a ceiling. Price went down, but not a game environment that I would like to target. Simmons, Claxton at their respective prices, playing alongside each other. No, thank you. And then the value, I don't think I can do it. You guys know the deal. Joe Harris will probably play around 30 minutes. Very scoring reliant. Royce O'Neal's taken a backseat of late with Ben and Claxton healthy. Yuta will probably play. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. The value for Brooklyn is just disgusting. Good spot here for Toronto, though. Brooklyn's 14th in defensive rating, 14th in pace. So we all know Siakam's going to go for 100 tomorrow because I'll be fading, but played 43 minutes in regulation. Brooklyn, I don't believe, is a good rebounding team, so you could finally see Siakam rebound the ball well when I finally fade him. So I think he had a huge game against them last game. Let me look. Yeah, went for 56 fantasy points. This could be a game where you just see Siakam absolutely nuke with like a 20 to 30 point triple double. So I do have some interest in Siakam after burning everyone. Fred VanVleet at this price tag, I think he's appropriately priced. I usually don't typically like to go back to players after ceiling games in a good matchup, but if you want to ride the Fred VanVleet hot streak, be my guest, but I think he's appropriately priced for me. Scotty, just there for me. Playable, has a very low floor though. Trent, same thing, playable, but has a very, very low floor. I play him here. Basement game. I fade, breaks the slate. So in play, has a ceiling, low floor though if he's not hitting his shots. Chris Boucher, same thing here. Just a GPP play. Minutes all over the place, but does kind of like a Kevin Love-esque. Minutes are all over the place, but he's a really good point per minute guy and can absolutely break the slate when he does get those minutes. So just a GPP play, and then I don't think I can get to anyone else. Interested to see how much Thad played. Thad played 24 minutes. Being center only, if he was power forward eligibility, I would have some interest, but being center only on this slate is definitely a no bueno. Sixers, all right, dude. Sixers are 26th in pace, 3rd in defensive rating. So Steph, Wiggins, both out. Draymond Green is questionable. We'll go over both ways. So with Curry, with Wiggins out, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson are both going to lead the offense. Both are clearly going to be the high usage players on this team. Klay, I believe, has the much, much lower floor, but has a similar ceiling. I think Jordan Poole has a much higher floor and a similar ceiling. So if you ask me straight up, I would say Poole is the better play. But Klay, don't forget about him for GPPs. But yeah, I think they're both pretty good plays here, even at their prices. Poole, 8.2K. He should be like 9K, I believe, with the whole offense to himself. Extremely, extremely talented. He's going to be aggressive. Probably going to start at the point. So, yeah, I think Poole is a very good play. I think Klay is even a good play at 7.1K too. So, going to play huge minutes. Not the best matchup, not the best game environment, but I think they're good plays. If they're both going to be chalk, though, I think that is chalk that we can definitely get away from in a tough matchup, but we'll see here. Draymond Green actually is worse without Steph, so I think Draymond is definitely fish food with no Steph Curry. Dante started last game, played huge minutes. I think he's a fine play, even at this price tag. He's a guy that can stuff the stat sheet, good rebounder, can do a little bit of everything. Now you have Steph out, so yeah, can definitely get behind some Dante. Looney, no thank you, up against Embiid, so yeah, some solid plays here on the Warriors tomorrow. And then if Draymond is out, we'll have to see what they do with the starting lineup. Could get some Kuminga starting if he starts. I think he would be solid, but that'll just be a wait and see for me. So let's go over Philly now. The Warriors. I should have just stuck with the Control F there, boys. I don't know why. At their first in pace. God. 19th in defensive rating. So Embiid is just matchup proof. I've been targeting players against the Warriors all season long. I like them a lot as a spend up. Only real risk is below it here. So yeah, like Embiid a lot. Harden had this price tag. I think it's appropriately priced, but you guys know what you're going to get from him. You're going to get triple double upside, good rebounder, good facilitator. Like I said, been targeting teams against the Warriors all season long. Good spot. Yeah, Harden's definitely a solid play too. Tobias, everyone else, no thank you. Let's go last 4 games here, guys. Some of the more appealing games here. Some juicy value and spots to take advantage of that I'll go over in a little bit. The Bulls are 9th in pace, 10th in defensive rating. So not much here on the Knicks side. The Knicks are running an extremely tight rotation of late that I don't think a lot of people are realizing. So you're going to see huge minutes for the main guys of Randall, Brunson, RJ Barrett, except for when I play him, he plays 14 minutes in the first half. Mitch won't play huge minutes, but these 3 main guys are going to play huge minutes. I think they're all just fine plays. Point per dollar, I might prefer Brunson. I think he's the easiest to get to. Well, RJ might be the easiest with shooting forward eligibility, but pricing, I don't understand why Brunson is 6.8K, but Randall is almost 9K. I don't think that really makes sense. So I think Brunson is my favorite. I think they're all solid to just fine plays. Mitch, 5.2K. You guys know the drill. Always in foul trouble, but with that center only, you're going to have to give up a lot of potential value. So really hard for me to get there. Quickly, he'll probably play, 25 to 30 minutes off the bench at this price tag, appropriately priced. And then not getting to anyone else. Let's go over the Bulls. Not a spot that I like to target here. Up against the Knicks, they play slow. They play good defense. 15th in pace the Knicks are, and 12th in defensive rating. So with everyone healthy with the Bulls in a not so good matchup, they're all just secondary plays for me. I will say Alex Caruso got into foul trouble, still played 32 minutes. I think he's a fine value. Not someone I'm going to go out of my way to play, but someone I'm okay landing on as a last man in. And then, if you land on, a Vooch, a Levine, a DeRozan, I'm fine with it, but once again, I'm not going to be going out of my way to be playing pretty much any of those guys. So let's go over Minnesota now. So really good matchup here. Oklahoma 5th in pace, 16th in defensive rating. We have Cat out. Excuse me. We have D'Lo questionable. We have Rudy Gobert questionable. So we'll go over it if they're in. It's the same thing. If they're in, Ant, D'Lo, Gobert all look like good plays. Rudy Gobert, by far and away my favorite. Phenomenal matchup here against Oklahoma City. Last time I played him against OKC, pretty sure he got ejected. Let's take a look. Yeah, ejected. But phenomenal spot here. I love Rudy Gobert tomorrow if he plays. D'Lo, Ant are solid plays as well. Kyle Anderson, if they're in at that price tag, I'll gladly pass on. And then Noel would be playable off the bench. But if D'Lo and Gobert are out, Naz Reid, can I interest you in some Naz Reid, who would be the best play on the slate if Rudy Gobert is out? You play Naz Reid, you call it a day. So you're going to want spots in your utility or center spot for late news to get to Naz Reid. Do not fade Naz Reid if Rudy Gobert is out. He would look absolutely phenomenal. And then you're going to have Ant running the show in a good matchup with him a decent amount. And then you're going to have Kyle Anderson doing some ball handling as well. He would be fine. Jalen Noel, I would like quite a bit. He probably plays 25 to 30 minutes off the bench. Just extremely productive running that second unit. He would look really good. Stop starting Austin Rivers. Stop. This guy is so freaking bad, it drives me nuts. Just stop. If you see Austin Rivers starting, do not play him. It's a trap. It's just so bad. He is so bad. And then Jaden is playable. He'll play huge minutes. Playable or not. Playable regardless if those guys are in or out. So, yeah. Oklahoma City Thunder. So, pace-up spot here, man. Timberwolves are 3rd in pace. And is 15th in defensive rating. This is a game environment that I absolutely love here. Now, I don't think Giddey gets the best matchup here individually, but the price is 9.7K. What are we doing? Why is he under 10K again? It's a pace-up spot. He's matchup proof. Yeah, I do like Giddy quite a bit. I definitely do prefer Trey to Giddy, but what are we doing with that price tag? Why am I saying Giddy? I definitely do like Trey to SGA, but um, yeah, I think SGA, even in not the best individual matchup, in a pace-up spot like this, is a very good play. Giddy, no thank you. Dort, no thank you. I think Jalen Williams is a solid value play as well. He's another guy that can pretty much do everything. I think he's had a solid role. I don't think his minutes are kind of in question here. They want to give him runs. So 30 plus minutes of Jalen Williams at 4.6K is definitely a solid value. Going down a little bit further, if you want to take shots on like Poku, just be ready for him to get benched and not come back. But solely GPP only. So for me, it's just SGA and Jalen Williams. Oh, I forgot. Darius Bazley started at the 5 last game, and he is power forward eligibility. Darius Bazley is a very good point per minute guy. If they start him at the 5 again, and he plays 30 plus minutes with power forward eligibility, he looks really, really good. So just once again, you can never trust the Thunder. Just I'll say that. But if I knew he was going to play that much again at the 5, I would like him a lot. Dallas is 29th in pace. Excuse me, 21st in defensive rating. So not the best matchup here. Not the spot I want to target. So I'm crossing off Portland. Not going to be playing anyone. So yeah. Portland, they play slow, 27th in pace. 22nd defensive rating. So why is Luka's price going down? I don't understand it. If you are comfortable with the value, I think Luka makes for the second best spend up on the slate, in my opinion. I think Jokic might look a little bit better, but yeah, love Luka. I think there is enough value to get him in. Just super high floor, high ceiling, triple double upside, every slate. So yeah, love Luka. I'm not getting into anyone else. So last game here, guys. This should be a fun one. Denver at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are second in pace and 13th in defensive rating. So Jokic might just absolutely dominate the Lakers tomorrow in a pace-up spot. I think he looks phenomenal. I think Murray looks good. Guards against the Lakers been pretty much abusing it all season long. So like Murray, Gordon is fine. I think Bones, if you think this game somehow blows out, is interesting. He'll probably play mid-20s minutes off the bench, extremely productive. A fine GPP play since the Lakers are so bad against guards. But yeah, let's go over the Lakers. Nothing here. AD has been phenomenal, but tough spot against Jokic. Fine if you want to go there. Do have some interest in LeBron at sub 10K, but not my favorite spend up on the slate. Russell Westbrook absolutely exploded last game, but I think that's definitely chasing. So if you want to join my Discord, I'll have a link to that below, and I hope this helped you out, guys.